Welcome to Cosmic Channels. Please call 1-833-703-0424. The Cosmic Channels are open.
Woo! I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
I'm Dan.
Cosmic Channels are back, baby.
Cosmic channels are open. The interdimensional frequencies have aligned.
Rift is
So
open.
this is your chance to call in with your UFO, paranormal, ghosts, spooky tales. We want it all. 1-833-703-0424. You can call from anywhere in the world and let us know your stories.
Oh, yeah.
As we always say, fuck you, call us. You got
Do
a
it.
story you're sitting on? Fuck you, give us a call.
Call in with your creepy stories, cryptid stories, or if you've got a theory you want to share about the extraterrestrials visiting our planet, or why ghosts are the way they are. I don't know, like anything.
You got a wild theory about anything? Call in.
We want to.
We'll talk.
Fuck you, call us.
We'll entertain. We'll chat. We're always looking for something new.
We'll help you theory craft a
Yeah.
little bit.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll trim the fat off your theories. Get you lean, mean theory driving machine.
If you want to call about Braden's juicy cheeks,
Yeah, especially that.
why not?
That's cool,
Now's
man.
your time. You can talk to
Yeah.
the man.
That number again is 1-833-703-0424. And give us a call. Look, did you guys see that post I made about the UFO at Lake Tahoe there?
I did. I see it. I saw it.
Seen
it.
I seen something.
it?
I seen something on there.
Pretty interesting video of a UFO. Obviously people captured at the park, didn't realize at the time that they had caught something in the video. And you see something zip by, and then someone slowed it down frame by frame, and there's a perfect frame by frame where this thing looks like your stereotypical flying saucer. It's got a round disc with a circular top, looks like where Marvin the Martian would sit. Pretty interesting stuff. I found that on MUFON. I've been going there and getting I didn't realize how many videos their database has.
A lot.
You didn't realize how much the Mutual UFO Network has actual video documentation of UFOs.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
All right.
Wow.
Let's get back to that UFO video in a second. We got a caller. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, man. Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, you guys. Do you remember me? This is Benzie.
I do. I think the voice sounds.
Yeah.
The voice sounds familiar.
All right, man. Well, I want to share some with you. August the 21st, 2003.
Okay.
When you go get your children school supplies, before they start school, well, we went shopping and I bought my daughter a bunch of school supplies, and it was like we got home and it was about 10 p.m. and my daughter said, "Hey, Dad, go get my stuff." And I said, all right, I'm going. And this was our old house over in North St. John's in Portland, Oregon. And so I went out, opened the front door, and Lord and behold, there was a cloud that was like about maybe 30 feet from the ground. And clouds, if you look outside right now, I don't know where you guys are at, but if you look outside, clouds are pretty freaking high, man, but
Yeah, we have
cloud
clouds
was
in Canada
I've
too.
seen a couple clouds.
yeah, well, they're pretty high, right? Well, this one was only like maybe 20 or 30 feet from the ground, and right in front of my house, above the street, and I'm like, whoa. And there was like 4 angelic spirits, and they consist of trillions of glycerin diamonds, and they were flying in a figure 8 formation.
Above the
Now,
cloud?
above the cloud, or above the cloud or below the cloud?
In the cloud.
In
You
the
know
cloud.
when it says in the Bible, when it says in the Bible that Jesus is going to come back in the cloud. Well,
Yeah, what
there's
verse is
something
that?
that's got.
That's in which book is that from?
It's in the Bible. You know,
Right. Yeah.
I can't.
Which verse is it? I
don't-
know
I
I've heard
don't-
it before.
Sounds
I'm just
familiar.
trying to pinpoint it. It sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
you can look it up, but you know, it's in the book
Hashtag
of
look it up.
Revelation.
Hashtag look it up.
Yeah, Book of Revelations, but
Oh.
I don't know exactly what chapter. But Jesus is going to come back in the cloud with wild horses, man. You know, kick ass. But you know, that's I couldn't believe what I was seeing. You know, it was like 4 angelic spirits.
So you were pretty sure that was the
Flying
4
it.
horsemen of the apocalypse? Like you thought that was Armageddon was going down?
No, man, no. It was. I'm very close to the Great Spirit, Wakantanka, Father Yahweh, our Heavenly Father, and you know, it says in the Bible that people have ears and they can't hear, and they have eyes and they can't see because they don't want to. You know, you need to be opened up. You know, like
Gotta be in
I'm
tune.
not saying it's like considered like the third eye, but you know, that's getting to a point like the third eye, but you know, you have to be opened up, man. You know, it's
So,
like everything's
I
So what if
alive.
they have the third eye and they don't want to open the third eye? Is that what you're saying?
But-
Or it's just the 2 eyes that are the windows to the soul?
I want to know more about
no,
the
it's-
Diamond
it's-
Angels for a second here. And just, I got one comment before my question. It's Mark 13:26. I think it's at that time they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, there you go.
Works for me.
But
And then, so do you live in like a metropolis area? Like, do you have neighbors?
no, I live in. Let me finish my story, my brother. I live in Portland, Oregon. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, but the thing of it is like these 4 angelic spirits were flying in a figure 8 formation, very fast, in the cloud, and I'm like, wow, you know. And each individual spirit consists of trillions of glistening diamonds that sparkle.
Trillions of
I
diamonds.
yelled and I called my ex-wife. I said, "Get out of here, Pearl! Get out of here! Come and look at this." And she was like in complete awe. And I said, "Now go get my daughter Sherry. Go get Sherry." She's like only like 11 years old, and Sherry was on her cell phone talking to her girlfriend. She walked out in front of the house, and I said, "Look, Sherry, there's my grandma." You know, she came back in the spirit form. And my daughter said, "Oh my God, UFOs, Dad." I said, "No, it's Grandma. It's your grandma, you know." And Sherry was like,
So
really,
is your grandma
my
one
daughter,
of the
you know,
beings or one of the or
So what you're saying is
So
your
which were the
grandma is
other
the
ones?
second coming of Christ.
second coming of Christ? No, I'm not. No, nobody knows the hour or the day when he's coming. He's going to come like a thief in the night.
He's
But
gonna
what I'm
steal
trying
us.
to say is,
show up like
It's
Stone
gonna
Cold?
steal us in the
Yeah.
middle of the night.
He's
yeah,
gonna
man.
steal our
So you know,
sins.
be prepared. Put on a suit of armor, because what good is it to wear a suit of armor if you fall asleep that someone's going to come and cut your throat, right? So always be on the lookout.
Hey,
But
always
no,
go to
this
bed
is-
in a suit of armor is what I'm getting from the story, just in case Jesus
I do
comes
that
at midnight.
already.
Well, you know, just be prepared. You know, because
Be
nobody knows the hour.
prepared.
Well,
Hey man, thanks for
Well,
the call.
you know-
We got other people on the line. Thanks for this story. If anyone else in Portland, Oregon's been
Orgle.
seeing
Portland Oracle.
Diamond Angels, let us know. Maybe we can, back in August of 2003, you've seen something like this around Portland, Oregon in the skies. Call, let us know. We want to know.
Yeah.
Did you see it as well?
Thanks, brother. We're gonna keep the lines rolling.
all right, man. That's why, you know, this is August now. I'll be looking at the stars and see what's up.
All right, brother.
Hey man, keep those eyes on the skies.
Yeah, hell yeah. Enjoy. Bye.
All right, brother.
Whew.
I want
The
that strain.
All I got from that is lock your doors because Jesus is coming to steal those sins.
Like a thief in the night, and wear a suit of
Thief in
armor.
the night. He's coming to steal those sins.
All right.
Wear
when you
armor,
least
but
expect
armor's
it.
no good if somebody comes. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Awesome. Hey,
I thought it was the Four Horsemen. I
thought that's where it was
Armageddon
going too.
That
like,
was where it was going. and
I thought like
Plot
the,
twist.
the four angelic
Grandma.
beings with the trillion diamonds.
Then
I
it
thought
grandma.
was the
Maybe his grandma is one of the Four Horsemen.
All right, we've got another caller here. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Yeah, hey.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
We got you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Cool. My name's Kai. I live in California.
Right on, Kai. What do you got for us?
So I have like a 45-minute, maybe hour-long sleep paralysis story.
Oh.
We'll cue the siren.
I don't know. I don't know.
Cue the siren.
Sorry, we can't do sleep paralysis. We've done so many. You got anything else?
I'm just kidding. It's a UFO story.
Oh, thank God. You're fucking trolling
I was
us.
like, fucking dream police are coming. We should just...
Well played, though. Someone had to do it first, and you
Now
were the
hang
first
up on
one.
him on principle.
Yeah, just on principle, just get rid of him.
How dare you?
All right, we appreciate that. Someone had to do it.
Yeah, I've been working on that one for a while now.
Right on.
So I got a UFO story. Been meaning to call in a few times now, but I've just never made it work. But anyway, so I live in California, kind of on the coast, about an hour away from the ocean, and I do a lot of fishing. So one night I was on my way out to the coast, and I was taking this back road, and I've driven this road. I've lived here basically my whole life, so I've driven this road. I know it by the back of my hand. And this one night, it was maybe 10 o'clock at night. I was driving out there. This was back in January of this year, and I was driving behind a car, which isn't super unusual, but these roads are pretty dismal at night. It's pretty rare you see another car. But anyway, I was driving behind this car, and I was actually listening to ATT. I always hope to see
Nice.
a UFO while listening to ATT, so that was pretty cool. But I was kind of just spacing out, and I saw this giant light in the sky, and it kind of looked almost like a cruise ship. Like when you see a big cruise ship on the horizon of the ocean, it almost looked like that. And at first it was so big and bright that it almost wasn't shocking at first, because it was so intense that it was like, okay, well that has to just be something, because it was so crazy looking that it almost felt less weird than being something weird, because
Right.
it's just like this giant object in the sky. But then I also was thinking okay, well, if this car in front of me doesn't pull over or react to it, then it's probably nothing too crazy. And the car just kept driving, so I just kept driving, and I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, no, I know these roads so well that I know exactly where I'm looking at, even though it's nighttime. I know exactly what is out there, and there's nothing. There's no hills, there's no towers for plane signaling or anything. There's absolutely nothing that would produce even a small light. So I pulled over, and the car in front of me kept driving, and I stared at this thing, and then basically immediately after I stopped the car and looked at it, I realized, I was like, okay, this is something in the sky, and it's huge, and it's got lights. So I took out my phone, and I took a nice, super grainy, unfocused video of it, and some really out of focus pictures as well. But I watched it for about 5 minutes, and basically it was, in my opinion, I think it was at least the same size as a cruise ship. It was huge, and it was pretty much your classic UFO, in these videos that I have, because since it was at night, my camera was having a really hard time focusing, so I kept having to tap the screen, which then made it shake more. But there's a few points that I was able to slow down and it would actually kind of be in focus for a solid couple of seconds, and you can see it, and it's like just your classic UFO. I mean, it's
But the size of a cruise ship.
pretty much. Well, that was in person. In the video, it'd be really hard to tell
yeah.
the size, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a few stars kind of next to it, like, I guess for comparison, you can see that it's tremendously bigger than the stars. But it was just sitting there, and it was rotating, which I couldn't actually tell in person, but when I went back and looked at the videos, I could see that it was actually rotating in the air where it was hovering. And it has a little like beacon light at the top that was kind of blinking. Like, so it was like a cruise ship with, like, imagine a big cruise ship with like a pole coming off the top and then a blinking light on top of that.
Yeah.
And it was spinning, you know, it was spinning and rotating. And then I was just watching it. It wasn't moving. There was no sound or anything. And I thought if I kept driving, maybe I would get a better picture. So I like, maybe I could get to a better vantage point, because for 5 minutes it just stayed there, and I thought it would stay there a little bit longer. And as soon as I turned on my car, and I was still filming as I was doing this, because I didn't want to be the guy who stopped filming it and have it disappear. But as soon as I turned on my car, it just vanished. And at the end of the grainy, shitty video that I have, you can actually see it just turn off like if you really quickly turned off a dimmer light, you know, like not just a light switch flick, but like a dimmer. If you just,
like from top to bottom, I mean? All of a sudden it's like you can see it dim, but it's quick. I know you painted a good picture for me.
Yeah, exactly. So it just goes zoop, out, and then it was just gone. And so that was my experience. And then I like kept watching these videos over and over and over again, and I got some pretty decent screenshots out of the video where, like, you can at least tell, like, holy shit, this is a giant fucking thing in the sky producing these lights. And then in the video you can see that it's rotating. And then I don't know if it's related or not, but the next day I was out fishing, and I was thinking about it all day long. And I went to this lake that has like an abandoned. It was like a road. There used to be a town here, and then they built it into a dammed reservoir, and they flooded the old town. So it's kind of just this big lake, and I guess that there's structures underneath. I
cool.
Can't exactly vouch for that, but there's a road that is visible through the lake that used to be an old road, I guess, through the town. And I was walking on that road, and this lake, I think, is pretty much like right underneath where that thing would have been. And I noticed on the ground of the road these splatters of molten metal, and I took some pictures of those, and they're like imagine like blood drops on the ground, like they're drops that splattered, but it's molten metal. And I took a video with my pocket knife of like sticking it underneath the drop and prying it off, and it's like just this solidified metal, but it's in a complete like splatter form on the ground. So it was like somehow metal got melted and dripped onto the concrete of this road. And either way, whether that's related or not, I think that's pretty bizarre anyway, that there would be like these metal splatters on this road. And the reason I'm not sure if they're related or not, because I can't say whether or not the light was exactly over the lake, because it was nighttime and I didn't have any depth perception. But I thought if they were related, that would be pretty interesting as well.
Any idea, like date-wise, when you saw this UFO?
Yeah, it was in January, and I think I could like look on my phone when I took the video to get the exact date, but I know it was like January, between the 8th and like the 15th, like within that week, because it was right around my birthday, which is in that week. And I remember like thinking that was really cool to see, like close or around my birthday. We
would love to get our hands on that video, so make sure to send that in to us so we can post it so people can see what you're talking about. because it's
I posted it
California is
on
such a
the-
hotbed
on
of
the
UFO activity. Like there's so many sightings of cigar-shaped UFOs and stuff, and I guess transmedium objects over the water out there. So
Yeah, no, I know. I was thinking about it if it was under the water. I mean, this lake or this reservoir that was built, like, it's not super big. It's not like Lake Tahoe size or anything like that. So I doubt it would be big enough to have any, like, what is that, UAP or the submerged ones, you know? I don't think that it could cover up something that would produce, like, UFOs coming out of the water. But either way, like, maybe it had a reason for being over the water. I mean, it could have possibly even been over the ocean because I was heading towards the ocean. But yeah, I'll repost the video. I posted it on the Facebook group pretty much right when it happened, like within that couple of days, and it was like during the time of some epic memes being made, so it kind of got lost in the more humor side of the Facebook page. I think it got like a couple comments or something, but I'll repost it.
Yeah, please do.
Tonight, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it was the best video I could, and like all the way up until that point, I always heckled people that got those shitty videos because I'm like, man, I got my iPhone on me all the time. How are people getting such shitty videos? And then sure enough, I go and get the shittiest one of all, and it was with my iPhone. It's like there's nothing you can really do about it, actually, if it's at night at least.
So what I'm hearing is that this is all some sort of, this is Tim Apple and big iPhone hiding the truth.
Yeah.
They purposely make the camera shitty for night.
Yeah, I mean they have that app where you can point your camera at the night sky and it shows you all the constellations. I wouldn't put it past them to just the focus just goes to shit as soon as it identifies a UFO.
Big phone fucking with us.
Yeah, but I'll post the video. It's not terrible. I mean, it's cool. You can still see, it's clearly a UFO and stuff. And I think I took the sound off of it, but maybe I'll try to restore the sound. I was a little embarrassed because I'm like breathing all heavily and stuff, but you can hear APT faintly in the
you're among your
background,
peers
so
here, buddy.
cool.
We all breathe heavy here.
Breathe heavy. All right, brother.
No shame. Sounding like a pug. I do
Yeah,
all the
all right,
time.
guys. Well, cool. I'll post it. See what people think.
All right, we'll make sure to make that announcement when we find that there.
All right.
All right, brother.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Cool. Take care.
Thanks for
Thanks
the
for the
story.
story.
Bye.
That was a well-descripted UFO story. Loved it.
It was a good one, and I just been reading because remember I told you I found out about MUFON and how they actually log all the UFO sightings.
They actually do what they're supposed to.
So I've been just reading like about shit ton recently in California, similar like cigar shaped.
We've been doing this podcast for how long? Brain's just started to
You just thought MUFON was just a name.
Just started reading about MUFON.
And I've heard about, I've briefly heard about them before. No, I knew what they did. I just was like, I hadn't read reports in a long time. And the last time I read reports, they weren't as good as they are now.
There's some better, some worse.
The only other thing I had is the first caller said, Lord and behold. Is that what it's supposed to be? Because I've been saying lo and behold my whole life.
Lo and behold.
Lo and behold.
Like a saying.
I mean, if it might be a short.
I've been saying lo and behold, and he said Lord and behold.
And I've seen other people say lo and behold. I've read it lo and behold.
Like, I would never say Lord and behold.
It might be a shortening for Lord, but
all right, we'll get back to that in a second. We got another caller. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
How y'all doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Y'all fucking call me. I'll call y'all.
Fuck you, call us. There we go.
Yeah.
What's your name? Where are you calling
Brandon
from?
Laddie, Oklahoma.
Perfect.
Y'all want to hear a scary story, or y'all want to hear UFO stuff?
We'll take a scary story. What if the scary story knocks your UFO story out of the water? I want the scary one.
Let's do it.
Okay, you got
scary story.
Music to play behind it.
Yeah, I'll put on a little scary one. Here we go. All right, queued up, ready for you.
All right. So there's this house. I'll tell you where it's at if you want to go there. Pittsburgh, Oklahoma. It's on Brewer Road. The barn glows green at nighttime. Things come out and grab you. You see shadow people. Took my friend there, who was strict, not a believer at all. He walked in the house, the door slammed behind him, and he started screaming. And he finally came out. I'm like, dude, what the hell? What happened? He said the wall turned into a face and tried to eat me, which is strange because there's a giant, like 5-foot hole on the porch into the house. Later that day, we was walking around, and there's a girl there that looks like the girl on The Grudge, white dress, green face, long black hair. You see her in every place that you take a picture, and there's a pane of glass.
Yeah.
You see her there. And we were walking around the back of the house, and there's this old cellar, I guess, a root cellar, I think is what it was. And we had an EVP going on, and you could hear us going, oh, man, that's cool as shit. Let's go down there. So we start going down there, and it was full of water and trash. So we're like, never mind. So we got up and went around. I had a camera that took like 1,000 pictures a second, just to take a bunch of pictures.
Yep.
And I got a picture of that girl walking across rafters that there wasn't even a floor underneath her. And we left, and we got in my car, and my friend sat down in my car, and his back was itchy, scratchy, and he raised up, took his shirt off. He thought a bee got on him or a wasp. No, he had scratch marks all over his back. And he looked at me straight in the eye, across the seats from each other. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Then he had 3 little strands of blood come down his cheek. He got the mark of the Trinity. Well, the house that he lived in, we called it Chomo House. I would never step foot in that the whole time I was a little kid, but he lived there. There was a little boy that ran across the ceiling that had like jack-o'-lantern teeth. He'd spit on you. The child molesters would sit on the couch and watch TV. Well, he started noticing that stuff. And he always encrypts all his stuff. He's real nerdy, scientific. The message that was in his encrypted phone file said, "Get the fuck out," with some scribblies between it. The EVP that we took in and took the bug noise out and stuff that was outside, you could hear us talking about going in that little cellar. And on that recording, I'll post it up on Facebook.
Yeah,
it
please
says in a pig man's voice, like a bear man, cow voice, whatever. It said, "Get the fuck out before you get trapped." On that.
Get trapped?
How does a pigman like, little snort in there too?
How do you know it was a bear?
Snort. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But, and he was the one that hooked up to the computer, and he's like, "What the fuck, dude?" Called me up, put it on my phone. I'm like, "Oh my God." 2 days later, he burns his house down. He overclocked his computer and set some duster up by his computer and left. Because he started seeing all that stuff in the house that he was living in. A little kid running across the ceiling. He's like, no, it's nothing.
Wait, he burnt down his house by overclocking his computer, and then it caught fire, and then his house went up?
Wait, what? I think he just burned down his house.
Yeah, he burned his whole house down.
But did you say he did it by overclocking his computer, or did I just hear something completely out of the...
Yeah, he overclocked his computer and put flammable stuff beside it.
Oh, okay, so he just overheated his computer, and then he torched his house by using the heat from his computer.
Well, that sounds like arson.
Yeah, he just walked. He just got
Did you get the
car and
insurance
left.
money?
No, it was an old house from probably like the 3rd house ever built in my town.
Oh, old pioneer house?
Why did he use the computer and not just burn it down?
Dan, listen, we're
That's
not
way more
we're
fun.
not, we're not
Sorry.
detectives
Sorry.
here. We're not insurance.
No,
we're not insurance detectives, okay?
Nope. I just
It's a good question.
looks
I
at-
was asking the same
I,
thing.
I don't know why. Like, was there? I'm trying to figure out the significance. Is it like, does that kill ghosts better than?
If
just,
you
you
use
know,
a 6-core plus CPU and
Yeah,
overclock,
to
it, you
get
can
to
take
pure-
down.
to
Hey,
totally
Yeah, like-
purify the area. Like, do you need like a certain amount of RAM to like?
No.
like-
What happens, Dan, is that it's easier to get your insurance money if your computer overheated than if they
That-
find
yeah, that's what I
a
figured.
pool of gasoline in
Sure.
your kitchen.
That's true.
Sure.
Right?
That's good. Yeah, it's a good way to go.
Exactly. Yeah, that
The
was
fire killing the
cops in that
ghost is
town.
just bonus.
That's just yeah, icing on the cake. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, the cops in our town, if you're speeding through town and they pull you over and they ask you, what are you doing? We're leaving the brewer house. And they'll be like, okay, carry on, leave.
Fair. Yeah, we're just speeding away from this haunted
Is it-
place.
From the
Infamous.
ghost.
Yeah, that,
Wait,
that
did he
same
burn
house,
down the
my
brewer house,
sister's-
or no? That's another one.
No, he burned
No,
down
that
his
house
house.
is still there.
Okay.
Something
that
attached to
same
him and
house-
followed him back to his house.
Do people
and
live
then
in
he
it?
burnt
Do
his.
people live in the brewer house?
No, there's like that same house. My friend used to live in the brewer house, and her
People live
little
there now?
cousin came. No, they don't live there now.
Is it
Like,
condemned? Is it
15
just like
years ago
sitting
they lived
there?
Yeah, it's sitting there. There's some hay bales and an old airplane in the back of it.
Oh, okay.
But like a long time ago, they lived there, and her little cousin came running out of the bathroom saying there was a green girl in the bathtub with them. And
A
she's like,
green
"Oh, you're
girl?
just a little kid." Well, she was vacuuming and she saw the girl in the mirror. There's a cowboy that sits on the porch. Her grandma would talk to that dude. He'd be like, "What?" She's talking in the thin air, talking to a cowboy. And that cowboy would chase you down Brewer Road on his horse. Like when you left.
He'd haunt
But-
chase you.
So you like,
Yeah,
what
the-
marked him as a cowboy?
most-
Is like, was it the hat and the?
The most awesome thing about this whole story is my sister's ex-boyfriend, big badass dude, tatted dreadlocks, cool as shit, you know. We tell him there's a girl over there and it's Christmas time, so he gets some Christmas cookies to take to the little girl. He drives out there, he gets his phone out, and he's recording himself being a badass. He goes up to the house and says, "Little girl, I got some cookies for you," and he threw them in the door. The door shut and opened up, and there's I don't have any relationships with this guy anymore. He's a very bad person. I don't even know where the hell he's at. Probably in prison now.
Oh, he's nice enough
So
to
I don't-
give
I can't,
somebody
like-
Ghost Girl cookies. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a little bit
a
of good
girl,
in there.
a little girl cookies. Well, in the video, there was a shadow figure that was like 8 foot tall standing in the door, and he ran like a little bitch all the way to the car, and he had his phone in his hand, and it was still recording. And you could hear him, "Oh shit, oh shit," and like just imagine you're running, and like you can see the headlights of the car, and then you can see the house. Headlights of the car, then you see the house. That was
So he-
he came back and he was crying. The little girl took the cookies. She took the cookies.
He took the cookies.
Well, that's good. She took the cookies.
Now, please send us in. We want the recordings. So send them or post them to our Facebook, or tag us in them. So because now that we've heard the story, we can see.
Put
We want to
together.
see that stuff you got on it,
Fuck yeah.
and some of those pictures from the rafters. I want to see them.
All of it.
Send them in.
Anything you got.
I will. I was gonna call y'all at right on because I'm 2-hour difference from y'all.
Yep.
But right as soon as I was gonna call y'all, I'm a truck driver, and I was pulling on the scale, and they always let me go, and they did a Schedule 3 inspection on me. But yeah, when I get home, I will definitely post all that stuff up on the old Facebook.
Hell yeah.
Like you should have just told me
Yeah,
you were coming from the
that-
brewer house, man.
Yeah, yeah.
They wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, that digital voice recording I have, it scared the shit out of me when I heard it.
Yeah, send it in, man. We're excited to listen to it. We got some other
All
calls
right.
on line, so we're gonna have to let you go. But thanks for calling in.
Yeah, cheers, brother.
Brewer House.
You bet. I need some more Mongoose files, and it's nice talking to you, Juicy Cheeks.
Thanks, brother.
BJ Cheeks. Cheers. Boom. Yeah, I want to see those pictures. Fucking pictures in the girl in the rafters. Get out of town.
She just wants those Christmas cookies, man.
There's something like there's something about like old derelict buildings. Like Zell used to have this cabin, and if you like went for the walk, there was like an old rancher's house,
Dude, so
that
scary.
was like open, and it was terrifying, dude. It smelled like there was ghosts.
Well, you're telling me old buildings, old ready buildings are spooky?
Yes, there are spooky things.
There's something about them that makes them creepy. Yeah, they're abandoned.
Yeah,
People don't live
That's
there
why
no more.
ghosts. Yeah, that's why ghosts live there.
Dude, that place up by my parents' cabin, you just like go for this like quad ride, and then out of nowhere there's just like the old fucking ghostly cabin in like an old homestead, middle of the woods, nothing else around, and there's still like beds in there, but no, you can tell no one's been there forever. Like someone just walked
People
away.
just like build cabins out there and just like never,
No.
or was it like a
back
rental
I'm sure
property
way
and then-
back when, definitely, but not anymore.
Was it like a vacation property or like how?
No,
old was it?
no,
Like it's fucking old. Like, you know, there's holes in the walls that you can see outside. Like there's no insulation. Like there's no. It's early 1900s. Like someone threw this together.
Interesting. It's like a logging, like for logging or something.
It probably-
I don't know,
It
'cause
looks,
I don't.
it
might
looks
have
like an
used
old
to be-
ranch house.
yeah, ranch, like a cattle ranch, old cattle ranch or something. Kind of looks like.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought I hung
Hey,
up.
cow ranching out there?
Oh, they
Yeah,
dude, they
yeah,
let that cattle roam the woods. Like tens
That's
of
weird.
thousands of cattle are just roaming the woods.
Don't they usually like clear cut stuff down to like for grazing and stuff, or like what kind of cattle do they grow?
Like
Or
beef cattle.
raise?
North American cattle.
I mean,
The dumb kind. I don't know. The one that just walks
I don't know
around.
the breed names, Dan.
like like usually like ranches that you cut out a lot of trees just to have grazing area for.
Well,
Not
there's a
here
lot
in
of cut
Canada,
blocks.
we
you,
let 'em-
you just let them roam around the trees and
With
the forests and
Bigfoot.
stuff?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They roam everywhere. They're just like,
That's why
You
you
know
have
how
so many
many times-
Bigfoots, because Bigfoots
many
are out
times
there
I've been
just snatching
scared?
up cows, man.
You're just walking in the woods, and all of a sudden you hear that big like, and you're like, look.
Wait,
and
so
they're
now
like,
you're telling me that Bigfoot calls are just like the wandering forest
No, you-
cows of
no, you
BC?
can tell. You can tell it's a difference. A
You can tell
cow.
the difference
Yes.
between the Bigfoot calls and the cow calls.
Yes.
yes, of course.
I know what a cow sounds like.
Someone was just on the line and it hung up on you, so that's my bad. Call back.
Yeah. Fuck you. Call us.
I
back.
need I need an actual switchboard. Where I'm on my computer.
Two
and I'm
for three.
always
Two for
clicking
three.
clicking buttons. Yeah. Anyways, while we wait for
what,
one of
what were we
those,
talking before?
you were talking
That
about
UFO before.
MUFON.
Oh,
Yeah, Braden
No,
found out
so-
about MUFON.
You were learning what MUFON does.
yeah. It's Remember when we were gonna have Jan Harzan on?
Ooh.
I think we would have had to pull that in.
I shook that man's hand at AlienCon.
Yeah, you did.
I had his
I
business
almost
card.
cut
I
it
had to
off.
throw it in the trash.
Whatever happened with that case? Did it go farther? I have no idea.
I don't know. I haven't looked up what the final thing was. I know there were allegations. He went to court. I don't know if he got convicted. I'm like actually
I don't know.
interested to look into it.
I didn't even want to look into it because I was like, I met this guy. He was gonna come on the show. He's gonna
The dude's never gonna come on the show.
put him out of memory.
Man, that's weird.
Someone in chat, Ryan Villardo, went to MUFON
That's-
this week. That's
That's
Lizard
Lizard
Caveman.
Yeah, he did, and he said it looked. It looked like it was closed and it looked run down or something. I can't remember what he was saying.
It's like the
Lizard Caveman.
MUFON head office or the. I think they have different. I mean, I think there's different like chapters. Or maybe every state has its own like MUFON things. I don't know. There's an actual process you can go through to become like an actual MUFON investigator. Like I don't know if you get certified or licensed. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know how one goes about that. We
You
should
could do it.
we
They'll
should
dispatch you.
apply.
Like, they'll, like,
we
if-
should
if
apply
you're,
to be
like,
the
in a
Western
certain
Canada.
state.
We should apply to be Western Canada MUFON network.
Sure.
I was gonna do that, but they want you to pay and do this course, and I'm like,
Of course.
school?
We got hundreds of hours of podcasting behind us. We're
I was like,
certified.
I mean,
I'm a certified alien theorist. I was like, what more coursework do I need?
Praden's like, whatever they tell me, I'm gonna believe it and I'm gonna write it down. That's how investigation works, right? Like, I don't need to ask any questions. I don't need to.
No.
I don't need to do any of that. I don't need to collect any details. I just take their story, I write it down, and then that's it.
That's it.
That's the best kind of first-hand account. That's it. With
All right.
no leading. We got a call?
Yeah, I put a fuck you, call us in the chat. Someone called us.
Dean McCaskill.
Boom.
I said, fuck you, Colin.
Hello, Cosmic Channels.
From Southern California. And sitting here with your family right now.
Right on, man. What do you got for us
Great.
tonight?
Oh, shit, I'm on the line.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
So my wife called in
Called
maybe
us.
like a month ago about her situation with the Ouija board. She used to live in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I'm calling today. I'm finally growing up the balls to do it. So I'm going to tell you my story about I've lived in Southern California, Oceanside, California, my entire life. My name is Dean. I'm not really big into the whole cryptids kind of thing, but I know what I saw.
Oh,
And,
Awesome.
I like this already.
Yeah, I like it already.
Oh yeah, so I've
You
been an optimist
have my
entire
attention.
life. I've been an optimist my entire life, and when my wife told me her story, I was like, well, you guys are young, you guys probably just kind of moved to Planchette or whatever. But this comes from Southern California, Oceanside, California, and it supposedly was near an Indian retreat. And now my wife's yelling at me.
Sure.
It was an Indian retreat where they were supposed to have been settled. It's called Gohomey Park in California. I was, we were kind of just camping there, and then me and my friend and my girlfriend at the time decided we were gonna leave. So when we left, we got in a car, we came around the corner, and we saw two figures, probably maybe 100 feet ahead of us. And I had a couple beers. Maybe a bong rip or two.
That's fine.
No, I was good, but at the same time, when it came time to pack up the car, go home, and call it a night, we were coming down the street from Gohomey Park, and all three of us saw two figures. It was two figures. One was walking across the street, and the other one was just standing there. One figure had completely gone across the street to the point where it was just above this tree, and then it pretty much just vanished. Like not just vanished, like just disappeared, but it looked like a bag of, like somebody drops or cuts a bag of sand in the middle of the air and just goes straight to the ground. And as we approached the second figure, it took 2 steps eastbound, which is away from our campground, and did the same thing right when we flashed our lights on it.
Oh,
And
fuck.
like I said, I've been an optimist my entire life. I live pretty much a walk from the beach, so we always see some kind of weird, alienized UFO type of shit. We're near Camp Pendleton, so we kind of like
is that an Air
break
Force
off the
base or
flares,
something?
Whatever. It's a big military base right here in San Diego,
Okay.
California.
Okay.
Camp Pendleton. So like occasionally we'll see some weird flare type of things that are stagnant, that go up and down without even having any kind of recollection of how it happens. But this is one situation at this park, which was supposedly an Indian retreat.
Like,
Over
what do you mean by
100
Indian retreat?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Indian reservation, or do you mean like?
It wasn't a reservation because it's a historical monument. If
So,
you
like,
think-
is it,
like
like,
I said, I didn't want to call in without the actual facts. But
what's it
they-
like? Indian retreat? Are you talking about like somewhere they like an internment camp, like during like the settlement of the area, or?
I think it was more or less like a settlement, and that's why they have just outside the actual campground, they have a museum there of artifacts they found in the past. And when we went through the actual like the museum, they told us that there was an actual burial ground there. And this was the only time I've actually ever seen. And the thing is as we were leaving, and all three of us saw it. All three of us saw it at the same time, and we all gasped. And as we gasped, we all got, like those like the chills up your body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When you kind of, I guess when you watch any type of like ghost hunters, they get the chills. This was the only time in my life, because I've been trying to debunk all this stuff my entire life. And don't get me wrong, I've been listening to you guys for a long, long time, since pretty much you guys started. And I'm intrigued by it. I love it. You guys get me through my day. But this is one situation where all three of us saw the same thing. And just like I said, imagine two figures one walking across the street, the other one standing there, and then all of a sudden we flashed the headlights of the car on it, and then just like a bag of sand going into the ground, poof, just gone.
Just vanished.
Just completely gone.
What like how big were they? Are we talking like Bigfoot size or?
No, they weren't anything excessively big. They were noticeable because we were leaving the campground. It's a half a mile from the actual museum of Guahomie Park, and like I had been living here my entire life, and I know Guahomie Park. I walked through it many times, but this was at night, and just for us to all see the same thing, like, one walking, and it didn't even seem like he was in it wasn't a feathered bottoms or anything, it wasn't anything you can actually identify. He was just walking across the street, and then right when he got there, boom, it just like walking figure, and then it just like bag of sand to the ground.
Just like
ninja
dust, he was gone. Just poof.
Ninja dust, yes. Like, yeah, you just prove it. And then all three of us, we all like, it's just the initial gasp of all of us at the same time, all three of us. And it still kind of like triggers me to today, because I'm still kind of like, well, if I see anything, I try to debunk it, but this is one that all three of us know what we saw.
Yeah, it's stuck with you.
And regardless of, we weren't on any hallucinogens. We were just simply just driving home, and it just happened. And this is the only thing I can't explain.
Those are the best. Like, I have like two of those where I'm like, they stand out so much in my mind, and it's like I can't logically explain it. And those are the best. Those are the best ones, because they, like, no matter how you tell the story, there's a feeling involved with it that you can't quantify to someone, where you're like, I've never felt this before when seeing something, and you only get that if you've seen something weird and you've had that experience. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think yes, because like I said, I'm I want to believe that there's spiritual grounds to anything that might be. Like I said, there's a museum, and they told us through field trips and whatnot, yeah, this is an Indian burial ground. This is what happened. This is how it happened. This was maybe 200 years ago.
Right.
But I live right there, and it's kind of a small campground, but this is one thing where it actually shot chills through my entire body, and for all of us to gasp and like, holy fuck, what was that? Like, I'm not afraid to go there, because it wasn't a negative. It wasn't a negative presence. It is more or less the fact that you see something, and then three other people saw the exact same thing,
mm-hmm.
and just the chills, and how it still sits at me. And this was probably maybe like 8 years ago.
Okay, so it's 8 years ago. So, whereabouts again was this? Just because I want to ask, in case anyone in this area is.
Okay. So I live in Southern California. It's it's called
So this is
Guahomie Park.
Guahomie, like the Guajome.
JOM
Regional Park.
Yeah, Guahomie Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
in San Diego, California, North County. And you know, I've gone to the Whaley House. Haven't really had, you know, seen anything. You know, I've kind of went to the hotel in San Diego that's supposedly haunted, and didn't really see anything. But this is one situation where it's like I know what I saw, and it was something kind of out of the ordinary. And
Hey man,
I've been wanting to call
thanks
in
for the
for
call.
weeks.
Yeah. If anyone else is listening, been in that area, and you see some weird shit, call and let us know. Right? We'd love to make some connections of people
Hell
who have seen similar things in
Mhm.
similar areas.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah!
Yeah,
Well,
brother.
like I said, I've gone to the Whaley House. I've gone to that hotel in San Diego, supposedly haunted, but nothing was like this one. And it was, like I said, it wasn't a negative experience. It was more like one of those holy shit experience.
Yeah,
So
no kidding. Yeah, that's a good one. That's
so
fucking.
yeah, like I said, I've been listening to you guys for a very long time, and I appreciate you guys and keep up the great work.
Hey man, we appreciate the support. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for the call.
All right, man. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys have a great night.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
Boom, the two figures.
And then just evaporating into like a bag of sand, or
just like
that's
gone.
weird. Just dropping.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't really get many details of like the shape. They weren't too big. They seemed like this regular size. They weren't like Bigfoot
Yeah.
size. So
Yeah, and it was dark, and then the second you get them, so it's like, I imagine they were on the side of the road. As they're coming, hit them with the high beams, and boom, gone.
Yep.
Weird, creepy.
all right, we got another caller. This might be the last one, or if it's short, we'll take one more. But let's see what happens here. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, this is Benzie again. I'm
Hey, Benzie, we
calling,
got other people trying to get online.
One call,
We'll keep
one call per
per
person.
week.
excuse me?
Yeah, man. Call back another time. We gotta let you go. We got to try to take one more for the night.
Well, this was regarding what that gentleman was talking about. If anybody else experienced anything like that, give us a call. So that's what I'm doing. So
You're from San Diego?
no, man, I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, so we're looking for something in that area if you experienced it. But we got to move on. Please call back for another week. Cheers, brother.
So that's what I'm doing. Are you serious?
Like what? What do you mean? Are you serious?
I mean,
one call.
I thought, yeah, it was anybody in the San Diego area who's seen something. Portland's pretty far.
Hey, we'd love to be able to talk to everyone 1,000 times. It just doesn't work out. We try for one a week. Call back next week. No big deal. All right.
Can't just do all the stories all over.
I forgot to mute that, but we'll get right into it. Hello, Cosmic Channels.
Hey, what's up, guys? Got a quick theory of eternity for you, and then I'll.
Yeah, man. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
So, Daniel, calling from Central Virginia.
Oh, right, close to our Daniel. All right, man.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Theory of eternity. I'm sitting back for this one. This is gonna be fucking awesome. I can feel it.
Yeah, I think Dan's just west of you, but
All right, man. Lay it on us.
Well, it's real simple, very general. Preface with everything is something, and nothing doesn't exist. So it goes, something can't come from nothing, and nothing can't take away from something. Therefore, everything always has been and always will be.
Yeah, I like that.
Should I say it again?
yeah, one more time.
So, everything is something,
Yep.
and nothing doesn't exist. So, something can't come from nothing, and nothing can't take away from something. Therefore, everything always has been and always will be.
That is.
Yeah, I like that.
That is the main theory of energy is neither created nor destroyed, only transformed.
Right, yeah.
Just like
There's
so.
a lot of physical law in that.
Yeah, like when we die, all of our energy just transforms to something else, right?
Right.
And we could
Never
even go into
diminish
Dr.
your
Mike Masters. That's if everything's like already happened and everything will be, and we're the only ones experiencing time in this linear form, maybe UFOs and extraterrestrials are just highly advanced civilizations from our future.
And they take field trips back to witness their origins or where we went wrong, or something along those lines.
Yeah, or maybe they don't even experience time the same way we do.
Just kind of can peer through time.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, time is spatially
good little
relevant.
What's that?
Cool. I said time is spatially relevant.
Yeah.
You know, like if you were to leave and go like 40 light years away and come back, time would be like it would be a different time for you. You'd be in the future.
Yeah, if you could travel at or near the speed of time,
Light.
Of light, yeah.
Of light, yeah. Then yeah, you experience time at a completely different scale. Well, I feel like I gotta go roll a big ass joint now.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get some introspective thoughts going here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go lay on my lawn for an hour, stare at the stars.
Awesome. Yeah, man, I could kick it about this cool stuff.
I mean, any more on that theory?
No, I mean I could definitely elaborate on more topics about it, like talking about the failure for quantum physics and cosmology to align with their principles, and then speculating on just maybe how to fix their failure of connecting those dots. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
The failure of quantum physics? Isn't like
Well, okay,
doesn't
so
any scientific theory break down eventually? Like nothing ever holds up. Isn't that like part of the problem?
Maybe.
But give us a 5-minute rundown. We're gonna take this as our last call. So let's hear something. Let's get wild.
Okay. Well, I should have been more studied before I called you guys.
Man, don't worry about that.
I don't remember exactly what it is, but something about the principles of just like general laws of function of something with quantum physics that just doesn't quite work with cosmology. Sorry, I wish I had more for you. What I could do though is I'll find some information on that, some good lectures, and I'll post it on the group.
Or read up, get the theory down. Call back another time, and we'll explore it further.
Yes, sir. You got it.
Yeah, brother. All right. That's good.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Of course. Thanks for the call.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Bye. Oh, dude, I thought we were about to get into some Stephen Hawking level fucking science there. I was like, just sit here, be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be here for an hour because I'm gonna go, can you explain it again?
What was that word?
Slower this
slower. A little slower and with less
Pretend
words.
you're talking to a group of 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you draw a picture?
Can you use the big markers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thick line markers, please. Thank you very
thick
much.
Markers.
Is it nap time? And with that, I think we're wrapping up Cosmic Chalice.
Yeah, that was it's always fun.
Always fun.
Rehash one call per caller per week. That's it.
Yeah. You know what? We reserved the right to, in the future, just hang up on you if you call and you've called before. We might. We might just hang up on everyone one week and just chat. There's no rules.
It's our show.
You never know.
And if you're upset, we make the rules and we can change them as we please.
Yep.
So
next Cosmic Channels.
Life's not fair.
Life's not fair. Deal with it. But
the universe doesn't work to your whim, and neither do we.
Doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Next Cosmic Channels will be August 22nd, same time, same cosmic place, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. And on that, Cosmic Channels are now closed. Peace, everybody.